Hi. Hey. So, it's been a little while since I updated things. Um, there's been a bunch of stuff going on. We are still in the house. As you can see, I'm still in the room of red. Um, Stuff is gone, however. So, we had the movers come, nearly a month ago now. And that's all done. It's waiting on our flight details before things get sent away and actually shipped, but it's dealt with. Um, The house sale is progressing. There were some hiccups. Um, I had to get a structural report done, but that's all done. And we are moving towards contract exchange stuff now. That's good. Sam and Sarah, our buyers, are going to come over and do some measuring up, and we're going to have a chat about how we're going to work out leaving stuff behind or not, and clearing the place out. Luckily, they are lovely people and are making it easy. So we did an entropy. I wasn't even sure that we were going to be there for that. Be here for that rather. And that was actually really good. I didn't put much preparation in for it. I didn't have any of my lights and stuff like that. So it meant that I just put a bunch of music together. I didn't even buy any music for this entropy. I just put a bunch of music together, got my gear together and turned up, and it's probably the best one I've done, honestly. The real icing on the cake, well, it was good and bad. We was going to have Matt Hart turn up to be our guest DJ. He got the COVID, so we couldn't. So we had Fizky and Andy come down and stay with us and guest DJ instead. So that was a really nice added bonus. And the even better thing was, busiest, most successful entropy that we've had. It was really lovely. Really good bunch of people turned up. Played some great music. Had some great dancing. It was really good. And still did goth eggs in the morning after as well. So that was really nice to hang out with people afterwards as well. So big success entropy. I'm really glad that we were still here to do that. And I'm glad that it's sort of energized folk about entropy again. And I'm glad to be leaving it in the hands of a bunch of my closest friends. I'm actually going to be leaving my DJ gear behind for Charlie as well, just to, I don't know, nudge things along, shall we say. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, entropy was really good. Subsequent to that, of course, we did entropy and then we got ill. And it wasn't COVID, thankfully. There wasn't too much of that there. As far as I know, actually no one came away with COVID, but I can't say that for sure. But we did have horrible colds, and I was horribly sick, so I was off for a week, off work that is. But that's all done with now, and better and all that sort of thing. Becca now has it instead, as bad as I had it, so she's going through the ring with that, sadly. Luckily, however, since I last updated you guys, Becca has finished work, and so she's a hobo now, married to a hobo, as she likes to put it. But it's good. I think I'm really glad that she's got some freedom to do around and do some art and just decompress a little bit and think about what we're going to be doing and just be ready for all of the stuff that's coming. I'm very thankful that she's able to do that. What else? Becca played Bioshock for the first time and completed it and was really pleased with that. It's nice to see her inspired by that. If you haven't had that experience the first time round when Bioshock was first around, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that was fun. It's fun to watch her and help her play that. There's a lot of little stuff going on. We've just got quite a decent quality of life going on at the present moment, actually. All of this stuff going away, all of the, it's sort of a certain amount of relaxation of responsibilities, and I think it's easy to sort of get beholden to your stuff, especially when your stuff is projects. I think it's actually quite easy to get into a state of anxiety about projects and tools and materials and things like that, because choice paralysis, and you have that sort of pressure that you're not using what you've got, or you're not making the most of your time and your materials and this sort of thing. And right now, all of that's really been taken away, and it has actually lightened a load. And it's meant that I get up in the morning and tidy up, or I do the dishes, or I'm just, the time that I have is actually relaxing, and I think we're going to have to really learn some lessons for that as we move forward. I think that this has been a really good lesson in what's important, because me and Becca are having a pretty good time, apart from her being ill, of course. But yeah, it's actually quite a big deal to feel that, and we were kind of looking forward to that and knowing that it was going to happen, but we didn't really know. So yeah, I do feel pretty good about that. Another thing I'm feeling pretty good about is the fact that I'm on new meds. I've got not brain meds, but my diabetes meds. I'm on a fairly new drug called Rybelsus, which is an oral form of semaglutide, and it makes you produce more insulin, but it also slows down your stomach and how quickly it flushes food through, so you feel fuller for longer, and it's actually making a really big difference to my day. And not only because my appetite is down and I'm feeling better for eating less, but also because I've got this half an hour at the beginning of the day now, which I have to not eat in, because you have to take it on an empty stomach, and you have to wait half an hour before you eat or drink anything. So now that I take that when I wake up, it means that I have a set half hour where I can't just have my breakfast or have coffee or take my other meds or anything like that. And that half hour is now an important part of my routine. And I get up and I tidy up, and I walk around and I make the house nice for me and for Becca, and I improve my own environment doing that, and I feel better for doing it, and it helps wake me up gently. I do that before I have my breakfast, and I do meditation and stuff. So just taking that half an hour in the morning has also really made a difference. It's really positive. So yeah, that's some good stuff. We get Gishy updates on a frequent basis. He is doing absolutely fine. Grandma is looking after him, and we get lots of little videos and pictures, and he is just being as a cute little bastard as ever. And we miss him, but he's clearly having a good time, and we're really looking forward to seeing him and making sure that we can have a nice home for him and everything when we get there, and he wants to come back and see us. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing him, and to meeting Grandma as well, to meeting Becca's mum. That's going to be really good. So yeah. What else? Oh yes, so a couple of interesting things I might not have spoken about before. I recently I found religion. No, I joined the Satanic Temple, and I am now a Satanist. Which I've known Satanists at various points in my life, and Becca is identified as a Levain Satanist for a long time. But I always shied away, mostly because it was the Levain Satanism was, to me, too selfish an endeavour. I felt that there needed to be more empathy, and at least some amount of altruistic spirit, even if it's in self-interest, enlightened self-interest, let's call it. And I never got that from the way that the Levain Satanism was portrayed. But the tenets of the Satanic Temple are quite different. Whilst they are essentially very much a leftist activist organisation, and I very much support their political aims. Bodily autonomy, freedom from theocracy, those sorts of things. It's overall their tenets and their approach based on truth and justice and self-reliance and responsibility. I think, but also kindness is the thing. The kindness part is what really swayed me. So I think I'm really looking forward to becoming more of a part of a community in that. There is a fairly large West Michigan congregation of the Satanic Temple, and they do events, and they do some political activism, and they do just community support and outreach and these sorts of things as well. They help a lot of people. So I'm looking forward to being more of a part of that community. I've started joining in it online, just a bit here and there, doing some more reading, and I'm very comfortable incorporating this into my identity and persona. I've always had a thing about Baphomet. I've always had a thing about satanic imagery since I was fairly early in my teenage years. And the outsider and let's call it devil's advocate aspect of it has always been attractive to me. So I'm looking forward to taking part more in that as we move forward. And in a similar vein, something that we've been doing, me and Becca, since we started the process of leaving, is we've done a few little bits of witchy, magic-y stuff. This is something which Becca is maybe into a little more than I am, but I am reading more and I am understanding more, and I'm forming my own version of this, I think. This is about intention setting and self-understanding, self-discovery, and about manipulating your own subconscious to in useful ways. So we've been doing things like doing some ritual work to set aside influences from toxic people in our lives, and to allow ourselves to move on as part of leaving this place, leaving some of the associations behind us. And we did just some little bits of ritual for that. There's one big one left to do, which I need to get some input on from some of the crowd that we hang out with online who do this sort of thing. I'm not going particularly new agey or anything. I still remain a skeptic at heart, and but I find it important to have tools and enthusiasm to explore the aspects of the human condition and the aspects of my own self and identity that are difficult to explore in a rational or empirical way. It's essentially psychology, if you like that word for it, but it's self-exploration and kind of, mind hacking a little bit, if you like, well, whatever you want to call it. Ritual and routine go hand in hand for the operation of a full human being. For me, I think it's an important thing to explore, to fully really know who you are, and to appreciate your humanity to the fullest. I think it's important to do those sort of self-manipulations and thereby understand your relationship with the cosmos, whatever you want to call it, where you stand in the world, what your influence is, what influences you, what your relationship with reality is. All those things come into play. So yeah, I've been trying to do more of that, and trying to work more of it into my routine, and I will continue to do so. And I believe that it is positive and rather wonderful thing to be able to do that. So yeah, we're just sitting here, ticking over, waiting for things to come together on the house sale. And as soon as we get a date for closing the house sale, we'll book flights and we'll book closing of work for me and starting of new work for me in a new place. And yeah, we're going to take it from there. In the meantime, I'm going to do my best to make the most of the opportunity that I have in this lull to reflect and improve who I am and prepare myself, and both for my own experience and for Becca's experience, so that we can both do the best teamwork we can together on this move. Thanks for watching this far through, guys. I really rambled on tonight. I thought I didn't have much to say, but I turned it into a bunch, I guess. Love to hear your ideas and feedback. Give us a shout. Bye.